1, Chaves County Board of Commissioners must elect a chairman and a vice chairman of the commission for the year 2022. The terms for these positions are for 1 year, and the elections will become effective January 13th, 2022, and I request that you determine the chairman and the vice chairman now.
Commissioners.
Mr. Chairman, I move nomination of Will Cavan to be chairman for the coming year.
Second.
I have a motion and a second for punishment to be chairman again for another year. I thank you for those motions. We'll do a roll call vote on that, Ms. Cindy.
Commissioner Taylor,
Yes.
Commissioner Ezell,
Commissioner Ezell.
Would you please restate the motion? Are we voting for Will for chairman?
Yes.
Okay. Aye. You guys
Commissioner,
all sound like you're in the bottom of a well.
Commissioner Bilberry,
Yes.
and Commissioner Cavan.
Yes. All right, thank you. We need another motion for our vice chair.
Mr. Chairman, I move that we elect Jeff Bilberry as vice chair.
Second.
We have a motion by Commissioner Taylor and a second by Commissioner Ezell for Commissioner Jeff Bilberry to serve as the vice chair for the Chaves County Board of Commissioners for 2022. No further questions or discussion. Roll call vote, please.
Commissioner Taylor,
Yes.
Commissioner Ezell,
If that was me, aye.
Commissioner Bilberry,
Yes.
and Commissioner Cavan.
Absolutely, yes. All right.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
All right. Thank you. All right, let's move on. Approval of minutes.
I make a motion to approve the minutes.
Second.
I have a motion by Commissioner Bilberry and a second by Commissioner Taylor to approve the minutes from the December
16th and
16th.
the 30th.
and the special meeting on the 30th.
Yes.
You guys want to make that motion, the 30th?
Yeah.
and the
Yes,
16th?
also for the 30th.
Okay, so we have a motion and a second for both the special meeting on the 30th and our regular meeting on the 16th. Any further questions or discussions? Seeing none, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed?
Aye.
Any opposed, same sign. Passes 4-0, 4-0. Thank you. All right. So we're going to do we've got a few proclamations today, and we've got some of our elite coaches and our amazing superintendent from the New Mexico Military Institute here with us today. And I just want to say a few words before we read these proclamations. You guys have done an amazing job. COVID withstanding, coaches, the staff, the Corps of Cadets have all done their part to stay in school during this COVID mess. And I know it's been a lot of work, and you guys are greatly appreciated for what you have done for Roswell and Chaves County, the state of New Mexico, and for this country. For those that are out there on Facebook, the New Mexico Military Institute is one of 5 schools in this country that cadets that decide to go through the early commissioning program can get their commissioning in 2 years. They have to go on and finish their bachelor's, but that's a really, really big deal. And I know some of those athletes are probably in that program, possibly. But between our athletics and our education at the Institute and the opportunities to advance in the military, our school is simply amazing. And you guys bring us to the top. And I really appreciate everything that you guys do for this community. I know that sometimes you don't always hear that, but the Institute is a staple. The Institute is a staple to the city of Roswell, Chaves County, and to the state of New Mexico. So you guys are absolutely 100% appreciated. So with that, I'm going to go ahead and stand up and read these proclamations one at a time, and then have coaches come up and get a photo op. And I would really, I mean, unfortunately, the athletic director, Jose Barron, is not here today because he's got some doctor's appointments and things like that, but Jose's done a great job in the leadership as far as the athletic department. So, NMMI Bronco National Champions Day. Whereas the New Mexico Military Institute Bronco volleyball team achieved a great accomplishment when they played for the 2021 NJCAA Division I National Championship against Iowa Western on Saturday, November 20th, 2021. And whereas the New Mexico Military Institute Broncos smashed their competition and entered the championship with a 20-game winning streak. And whereas this team and the Bronco coaching staff represented the New Mexico Military Institute Corps of Cadets, their school, their families, and community with honor. And whereas the Chaves County Board of Commissioners desires to recognize and celebrate the NMMI Bronco volleyball team's outstanding accomplishment of competing for the national championship. Now, therefore, the Chaves County Board of Commissioners hereby congratulates the NMMI Bronco volleyball team on their winning season and for a superior effort in the 2021 NJCAA Division I National Volleyball Championship game. Let it be further resolved that Thursday, January 13, 2022, is hereby proclaimed NMMI Bronco National Champions Day in Chaves County. Done this 13th day of January 2022, signed by William E. Cavan, Junior College 85. You guys are awesome, and I will tell you, and I'll talk about it with the football team. I got a chance to watch you guys. I didn't get to go watch in person, but watching you guys play, what a heartbreaker. You guys took it to 5 sets. It's the nature. That's why you play the games. You guys represented us well. So if you guys would come up. General, come up with them. All right. Second proclamation, NMMI Broncos National Champions Day. Whereas the New Mexico Military Institute Bronco football team achieved a great accomplishment when they were crowned the 2021 NJCAA Division I National Champions at the National Championship game against Iowa Western on Friday, December 17, 2021. My birthday, by the way. Thank you, guys. It was a great birthday present. And whereas the New Mexico Military Institute Broncos dominated the #1 ranked Iowa Western, scoring 24 unanswered points in the first half, leading to the final score of 31-13. And whereas this team and the Broncos coaching staff represented the New Mexico Military Institute Corps of Cadets, their school, their families, and community with honor. And whereas the Chaves County Board of Commissioners desires to recognize and celebrate the national champion Bronco football team's outstanding accomplishment. Now, therefore, the Chaves County Board of Commissioners hereby congratulates the NMMI Bronco football team on their winning of the 2021 NJCAA Division I National Football Championship. Let it further be resolved that Thursday, January 13, 2022, is hereby proclaimed NMMI Bronco National Champions Day in Chaves County. Done this day, 13th of January, 2022, signed by William E. Cavan, JC 85. Come on up, guys. just say as it come up, they were dominating, but they're at the beginning of the fourth quarter, they made me sweat a little bit when they gave up some points. Come on, big dog. So let me ask you guys before you step off the stage, how many of your players have already moved on to Division I schools or moved on to that next level? Coach?
Ours are still all here, they're gonna graduate in May.
Awesome. Well, that's big to stay and graduate, but I know a lot of our Division I programs want them for spring training and stuff. So once again, congratulations to you guys. Awesome. Proud of you guys, I really am. Thank you so much.
Well, one of the things, certainly with Mike here, one of the things that we're very proud of at NMMI is being a community citizen. We've done economic impact studies, and NMMI contributes over $48 million a year to the Chaves County economy. And we're very proud of that. We have a 320-person workforce that lives here, and very much appreciate being part of the community. So the recognition like this is important to us, that you take recognition of what we do and take this equal pride in what we do as we are. So thank you very much for doing this. We really appreciate it.
Thank you guys. And like I said, you guys, the New Mexico Military Institute is a staple of this community. Without you guys, it would be sad. So anyway, thank you for keeping it running and doing what you do. And of course, we have another alum that's in the audience with former Senator Jennings. So I know he's a big supporter of the New Mexico Military Institute. So, and the Corps of Cadets. So awesome. Anyway. Good luck at the legislature.
Thank you.
And I hope the young man that we're raising regarding, he's applied for the junior college for next year.
Good.
We're looking forward to him.
Good. Do our best.
I know.
But again, thanks everyone for the recognition.
Thank you. All right, we have one more proclamation today. Chaves County School Choice Week. Whereas all children in Chaves County should have access to the highest quality education possible. And whereas Chaves County recognizes the important role that an effective education plays in preparing all students in Chaves County to be successful adults. And whereas quality education is critically important to the economic vitality of Chaves County. And whereas Chaves County is home to a multitude of high-quality public and non-public schools, as we just saw the Institute walk out, from which parents can choose for their children, in addition to families who educate their children in the home. And whereas educational variety not only helps to diversify our economy, but also enhances the vibrancy of our community. And whereas Chaves County has many high-quality teaching professionals in all types of school settings who are committed to educating our children. And whereas School Choice Week is celebrated across the country by millions of students, parents, educators, schools, and organizations to raise awareness of the need for effective educational options. Now, therefore, the Chaves County Board of Commissioners do hereby recognize School Choice Week should be brought to the attention of all our citizens. Let it be further resolved that January 23rd through January 29th, 2022 is hereby proclaimed as School Choice Week in Chaves County. Done this 13th day of January 2022, signed by William E. Cavan, Chairman. Do we have anybody here that's receiving this, or just, okay, all right. All right. All right, Commissioners, let's kind of get some of our other stuff started. Mike Espiritu with our Chaves County Economic Development Corporation.
Good morning, Mr. Chairman, Commissioners. Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
Just a few things. You have a busy day. I do want to make note in front of everyone that if you didn't listen to KRQE News this morning, they specifically mentioned Chaves County Board of Commissioners and the time you're taking to honor that wonderful institute and the young men and women that go there in the program. So thank you for doing that. But it's all over the news, so very proud to hear that this morning. As you, just an update on Ascent Aviation. The company is moving along. The hangar is here in Roswell, and we will be breaking ground, it appears, next month. So project is going along. Very happy to see that move forward. Thank you for your involvement in helping move those funds that the center was able to acquire through the governor's office, through capital outlay. So thank you for your work, because that's a big deal for Chaves County. As you know, a few months ago we talked about Cattleman's Pride as a company that received some dollars in LEDA money preliminarily for a new business in the beef industry. It's not a packing plant, but more of a processing organization. They've kind of restructuring, so they're still moving forward, but they're still going to restructure a little bit. So more to follow on that. I anticipate they will grow that business, but they're doing some different things. So the LEDA piece is kind of held currently on hold, and then we'll see how that moves forward. As you know, we've been working a lot with career tech education in the school districts throughout our county. I have spent probably weekly calls with the town of Hagerman, with the superintendent down there, and to talk about how we can move that forward. In fact, I mentioned last month, but again, we continue to have meetings with the city council down there in Hagerman on how we can help develop that community a little bit better. I spent some time with Lake Arthur folks, helped them with some suggestions and some advice on how they can move their programs forward. So I'm anxious to see that happening in the Lower Valley school districts is my whole point. As you know, Admiral Beverage is building that nice facility, 100,000 square foot down on Brasher and Southeast Main. If you've been by there, it's going to be really an attractive, nice looking building when you come into Chaves County in that area. Tonight at City Council, they've asked for an IRB, Industrial Revenue Bond, and hopefully tonight the City Council will be in approval of that. I don't have the details on the pilot, the pay limit of taxes yet, but what I do know is that they are looking to secure that, and as you know, it doesn't affect the city's bonding capacity, but certainly helps them. But the pilot's important because, as you know, how that works with the elimination of the property tax piece, but certainly the pilot pushing back money to our county through other pieces is really important. Last month and every month, Irma Perez from our office does BRE, business retention expansion visits with local businesses, and in this past month she's visited with 41 different businesses in Chaves County, and I think that's important as we continue to reach out to local businesses on how well they're doing and help connect them to the resources so they become and stay successful and keep the jobs or maybe grow jobs. Melissa Juarez from our office, she participates in these online site consulting calls. And what's good about that is because the world has changed, obviously with COVID, we're not able to travel to a consultant's office like we have in the past. Now it's a matter of everything's pretty much virtual. It saves obviously time and money, but it puts us in a different perspective right up front with a consultant that we haven't had for quite some time. So Melissa does that this week, and I think last week she had some meetings with consultants and told them about the Roswell-Chaves County story as we continue to market and advertise who we are to attract companies to consider us as a new location. We contracted with a new company last, I guess it was December, GSLI, the Global Site Location Industries, and they have verifiable, validated projects across the country that they seek to have to help them find locations. What's unique about this service is that these verified projects, they actually even have virtual calls with the companies. So we are only one of just a small handful of communities in New Mexico that have access to this program because they limit the number per state. And we're one of the only ones, in this region to be part of that. So we continue, hopefully we'll see more activity. We've already submitted proposals on a couple of projects, and hopefully we'll see one come to fruition sometime soon this year. As you know, NextEra Energy, and I think that's probably on your docket for today. We've met with those folks, and they have the large solar array on the northeast part of Roswell. We met with them a month or two ago, and I believe they're still looking to expand another 30 megawatts. Not sure who the power will be purchased by, but I think that's good because that provides more opportunity for power generation coming here from the wonderful radiation, if you will, in a good way, to the community through energy. The last thing I want to share with you, Commissioners, is yesterday at our meeting, at our board meeting at the EDC, we passed out and mentioned a leadership event that we're hosting at the EDC on February 1st. And I think I gave a couple copies out this morning. I think Bill might have one. The leadership event is we have a world-renowned speaker coming into Roswell February 1st. We're going to host him at the EDC. We're only going to have 30 seats, and it's a small fee to pay for being there, but we're paying for breakfast, so it's kind of a nice deal. But it's the flyers show how much. I think it's $20 if you're a member or a nonprofit, and $40 if you're not a member of the EDC. And if you pay early, that's the price. But if you pay at the door, it's just a little bit more. But we encourage you to get the word out. There's a lot of business. It's one of the pieces we believe to help businesses grow and expand and understand some of the tools. In this case, it's about leadership within your business, how you continue to make strides and think about the different things that can help you be successful. So look forward to that happening and encourage some folks from the county attending as well, Bill, and if that's of interest to you. That concludes my briefing this morning. Mr. Chairman, Commissioners, if you have any questions, I stand for them.
Commissioners, any questions for Mike?
No questions, but I'd just like to commend Mike and his ECC Corporation for all the great work they do. And it was my pleasure to join with Mike and with Senator Jennings in a video conference with the governor this past Friday, in which Tim Jennings did a great presentation on trying to get the governor to give us another $10 million for development out the Air Center, and also pushed for our 4-laning of 380 going from Chaves County to the Texas border. So I really appreciate the hard work of both these individuals and the fact that this Ascent deal is now starting off, and that was the $5 million that Tim was able to talk the governor into getting for us the prior year. Thank you both.
Commissioner Zell, you have any comments?
I just echo what Commissioner Taylor just said.
Thanks, T. Calder. All right.
Mike, I apologize for not being at your meeting with Bud Kunkel and the group the other day about the dairy industry and what's going on here. Anyway, I heard it was a good meeting, and everyone seemed to kind of come in line that there needs to be something done. So anyway, I apologize for not being able to make that meeting.
Well, Mike, and I just echo what everybody else has said. You've done an amazing job in your short period of time here. I managed to get on the phone for that meeting with the dairy folks, and unfortunately, we've got some issues that we've got to try and solve here in Chaves County. But I don't think it's just Chaves County. I think that our dairy industry here in the eastern side of the state, they've got a real issues to try and solve to continue in the business and continue providing for Leprino and some of the other cheese plants that we have here in eastern New Mexico. So I'm not sure after that meeting that we're going to be able to solve all those problems, but we can definitely work on them. So it was great for you to put that meeting together. The things out at the Air Center, Senator Jennings has been shown leadership to get us there, as have all of our elected leaders in the legislature. Commissioner Zell's wife, Representative Nybert, Senator Pearl, everybody has worked hard, but really and truly at this moment in time, Senator Jennings has got the lead on this deal, and we greatly appreciate his hard work on moving us forward. Our future for this area is out there at the Air Center, and I think the Ascent project, AVEX coming in, I think we have some great things that are going to blossom, as you will, for the Air Center and create a great economic boom for Roswell, Chaves County, and southeastern New Mexico, and the state of New Mexico. So anyway, with all those things said, unless you have anything else to say, we really appreciate you. And I know you've got a call to go get on here shortly, so we really, really appreciate the hard work you're doing for us here in Chaves County.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman, Commissioners. You know, it takes a village. It's not just me. It's all of us. And when we work together, we can make great things happen for the good of the people that choose to live here and the ones we attract to come here to grow in their business and raise their families. So thank you for your support, because without it, we could not be successful in what we do. So thank you.
Thanks, Mike. All right. So Mike kind of preluded. We have a representative from NextEra, and you know, I've been kind of on the ground from the start with NextEra when they built out the first two phases of our solar array out northeast of town, and it's been a great thing, I think, for this community, and it's a good use of the land that we have out there. And so, with that being said, if you'll state your name for the record and proceed.
Yes, sir. Chairman, Commissioners, thanks for allowing me to be here today. My name is Dan Ryan. I work for NextEra Energies as a developer, and it's a privilege to be out here today. I actually love it out here in the Southwest. Just got out of the military, and I spent some time in El Paso, so it's great to be back over this way.
What branch?
Army. Thank you. So this project that we're building out in the northeast of Roswell, it's Chaves County Solar 2. So as you preluded, Chaves County Solar 1 was built. This one's going to be directly below. It's 30 megawatts. Slide, please. The agenda today, so we're just going to go over the company, project information, and some questions. All right, so just a quick background on NextEra. So we've been here for about 6 years. We have 2 operating facilities. We're the largest generator of renewable resources in America right now. And then we also have a couple renewable resources in Canada. We have 41 operating utility scale solar facilities, 2 of which are home in Roswell. Slide. So this is some information on Chaves County Solar 2. So it's 30 megawatts. We're going to position it on 255 acres of land, formerly the Busby property. We're in the process of purchasing. We're going to connect it to the SPS line that's already out there. Some of the good facts about this is all we're going to be building is pretty much a solar array. Everything else is going to be underground or utilizing previous facilities that are already out here. We're going to have 50 construction jobs around about for 6 months. and it's going to be about $46 million around about to build. Starting June 1st and then carrying through December 31st is when we're supposed to go active with this site. Slide. So here's just a wide area project overview. So as you can see, Roswell Solar is to the northwest on the map. That was built back in 2015-16. You got Chavez County Solar 1, which is to the southeast of Roswell, and then we're building right below Chavez 1. The project area itself, we've been working with our engineers closely to make sure that this array area stays to the east of that transmission line. It makes it easier on us and it keeps it further away from the residents that are out there. Like I said, we're going to bury a collection cable to Chavez County substation, so it's going to be completely underground, and then it's going to utilize the facilities that are out there to connect it to the SCPS power line. This is the haul route that we drove last time we were out here with Mr. Williams and Mr. Rogers to see if it was suitable. So as you can see, we're going to come in off of 285, go down East Pine Lodge Road, head south on Rockbridge, then Xenia, come back up Wrangler, and then basically dead end on Horizon Road where the Busby property is, and then utilize that area for our array. Quick presentation. This is still early stage. I know we're shooting for a build in June. It's a smaller project, and we're kind of ramping up right now to make sure that we can execute that timeline. But I stand by for any questions that you have, Chairman or Commissioners.
Commissioners, do you have any questions? T. Calder, I know this renewable energy is always of interest to you. You have any questions?
Not at this time, thank you.
Well, thank you. I guess one of the questions is, and I had a conversation with Mike McLeod from XL yesterday, and who is currently the buyer, receiver? Where's the energy going that you guys are creating from our?
So we do have a power purchaser. It hasn't been released yet to the public. When it is, we can allow you to know. I'm new to the energy sector, but the way I was explained it is, the funny thing about electricity is it's metered. That's how we kind of get the payments for it. So the way I like to think about it is that there's a bucket of water and then you have a cup of water. If you dump your cup of water into the bucket, but you want your water back and you scoop it back up, is it really your water? No, but you have water. So I do think this power is going to be used in Roswell. There's nothing to say that it won't be, but there will be a purchaser probably in another area that's paying for the power.
Right. Well, I'm sure during polar vortexes and 110-degree weathers in Texas, that some of this could be used over there, and we're more than happy to help.
Yeah, of course.
Be a resource and a supplier for them. So, anyway. I don't think there's any other questions, so thank you, and thank you for serving this country in the Army, and we'll look forward to working with you in the future.
Thank you, Chairman, Commissioners. I really appreciate being here. Thank you so much for your time.
Thank you.
Agenda item 1, Ms. Annabelle.
Good morning, Mr. Chairman and Commissioners. Agenda item number 1 is Agreement 8-22-001, which is approval of an agreement between Chavez County and Southeastern New Mexico Development District. Currently, we are seeking to have the expertise and the support from Southeastern New Mexico Development District so that we can be compliant on the federal regulation and guidelines when we procure and contract using the American Rescue Plan Act funds. Currently, we're reviewing several projects that we could use under these funds. The new medical clinic is one of those. And, Southeastern New Mexico Development District has always been a great support with many different federal projects that Chavez County has done. The latest one has been the Chavez County Courthouse Elevator Project. So we do desire to continue working with them for the next couple of years as we undergo other federal projects. Staff recommends approval.
Thank you. Commissioners, any questions for Annabelle? Comments?
Mr. Chairman, Recommend approval of Agreement A-22-001 between Chaves County, Southeastern New Mexico Economic Development District.
Second.
I have a motion by Commissioner Bilberry and a second by Commissioner Taylor to approve Agenda Item 1, which is an approval of Agreement A-22-001 between Chaves County and Southeastern New Mexico Economic Development District. Any further questions or discussion? Seeing none, all those in favor say aye.
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 Any opposed, same sign. Passes unanimously 4-0. Ms.
Thank
Annabelle,
you.
I would say real quick that that the Southeastern New Mexico Economic Development, they've been a great asset to us, a great resource for us over the years, and I'm happy to keep them on our team. So thank you for that.
Mr. Chairman, I concur. And Dora Batista wasn't able to make it. She had some other training this morning, but she said thank you.
Miss Georgiana, come on down.
Good morning, Mr. Chairman, Commissioners. This morning, we're requesting ratification of approval for Agreement A-22-002 between Chaves County and the New Mexico Aging and Long-Term Services Department for appropriation A-19D-2072-200 in the amount of $4,719. This agreement is to purchase kitchen equipment for the Midway Joy Center.
Commissioners, any questions for Miss Georgiana?
Mr. Chairman,
Commissioner
I
Bilberry.
recommend approval of A-22-002 agreement between Chaves County, New Mexico Aging and Long-Term Services for appropriation A-19-D-2072-200 in the amount of $4,719.
Second.
Have a motion by Commissioner Bilberry and a second to approve Agenda Item 2, which is requesting ratification of approval for Agreement A-22-002 between Chaves County and the New Mexico Department of Aging and Long-Term Services for appropriation A-19-D-2072-200. Which is awarded as part of the Senate Bill 280 in the amount of $4,719.00. Any further questions or discussion on this? Seeing none, all those in favor say aye.
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 Any opposed, same sign. Passes unanimously 4-0.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Mr. Chairman, agenda item number 3 is for resolution, Part A is Resolution R-22-001, and Resolution R-22-02 is for B. And in accordance with the Open Meetings Act, the Chaves County Board of Commissioners is required to publish their notice of public hearings each year. The attached resolutions, if approved, would establish that our county commission meetings were once monthly and Indigent Health Hospital Care Board meetings were quarterly, and both of those would be on the third Thursday of the month, with IHC meeting at 8:30 a.m. and the Board of Commissioner meetings starting at 9 a.m. Staff recommends approval.
Commissioners, any questions for Bill?
Mr. Chairman,
Commissioner
I
Taylor.
move approval of agenda item number 3, the resolution R-22-001, notice for public meetings of the Chaves County Board of Commissioners, and also resolution R-22-002, notice for public meetings of the Chaves County Indigent Healthcare Board.
Second.
We have a motion by Commissioner Taylor and a second by Commissioner Bilberry to approve agenda item 3A and B, A being, that didn't sound quite right, but A, Resolution R-22-001, notice for public meetings of the Chaves County Board of Commissioners, and 3B, Resolution R-22-002, notice for public meetings of the Chaves County Indigent Hospital Healthcare Board. Any further questions or discussion? Seeing none, all those in favor say aye.
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 Any opposed, same sign. Passes unanimously 4-0.
Mr. Chairman, Commissioners, Resolution R-22003 is in support of New Mexico County's 2022 legislative priorities. Each year, New Mexico County works with their Board of Directors to determine the legislative priorities for the year. This year's priorities are under House Bill 2 appropriations, restore detention reimbursement fund for state prisoners, reimburse counties for state prisoner transport, and permanently fund RISE, which is the Reach, Intervene, Support, and Engage program. Item number 2 is to restore the Law Enforcement Protection Fund. And item number 3 is to create a matching fund to help counties pay for construction and renovation of state and district courthouses. Resolution R-22003 supports these priorities, and staff recommends approval.
Commissioners, any questions for Bill?
Mr. Chairman,
Commissioner Bilberry.
I recommend approval of agenda item number 4, resolution R-22-003, support for New Mexico County's 2022 legislative priorities.
Second.
I have a motion by Commissioner Bilberry and a second by Commissioner Taylor to approve agenda item 4, resolution R-22-003, in support of the New Mexico County's 2022 legislative priorities. Any further questions or discussions on this? Seeing none, all those in favor say aye.
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 Any opposed, same sign. Passes unanimously 4-0.
Good morning.
Okay. Well, good morning, young lady. It's nice to see you here. We haven't seen you in quite a while, so
Yes, sir.
thank you for all the hard work you do for Chaves County and Roswell.
Well, good morning, Mr. Chairman and Commissioners. So this morning, we're requesting approval of Resolution R-22-004 for the Chaves County Hazard Mitigation Plan. This plan is required to be updated every 5 years. It's already been approved by the state of New Mexico and FEMA, and so the final step is adoption by each of the 5 participating jurisdictions. What this does is it allows us to apply for mitigation funds, both pre and post-disaster, and staff recommends approval. And of course, I stand for any questions you might have. If you haven't seen the plan, this is what it looks like. It's 316 pages long.
Thank you. Commissioners, any questions for Ms. Karen?
Mr. Chairman.
Commissioner Taylor.
I move approval of Resolution R-22-004 Chaves County Hazard Mitigation Plan.
Second.
Got a motion by Commissioner Taylor and a second by Commissioner Bilberry to approve agenda item 5, resolution R-22-004, the Chaves County Hazard Mitigation Plan. Any further questions or discussion? Seeing none, all those in favor say aye.
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 Any opposed, same sign. Passes unanimously 4-0. Ms. Karen, thank you.
Mr. Chairman, Commissioners, agenda item number 6 is resolution R-22-005, which is an approval of a budget adjustment for fiscal year 21-22. We have performed a mid-year analysis and review, and we are requesting a budget adjustment for the line items that are on Exhibit A. These adjustments are for an Operation DWI grant from NMDOT, a feasibility study for broadband, and other various adjustments. Staff recommends approval.
Commissioners, any questions for Ms. Annabelle on the budget adjustment?
Mr. Chairman, I recommend the approval of agenda item number 6, resolution R-22-005, approval of a budget adjustment for the year of 2021-2022.
Second.
Got a motion by Commissioner Bilberry and a second by Commissioner Taylor to approve agenda item 6, resolution R-22-005, the approval of budget adjustment for the year 2021-2022. Any further questions or discussion? Seeing none, all those in favor say aye.
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 Any opposed, same sign. Passes unanimously 4-0.
Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Annabelle. Mac Rogers.
Good morning, Mr. Chairman, Commissioners. Agenda item number 7. The Sierra Fire Department is requesting approval to purchase 2 new international pumper trucks. The department will be using budgeted fire apparatus replacement schedule funds. This request has been approved by the State Fire Marshal's Office, both the use of the funds and approval of the specifications on the units. They will be replacing unit number 304, a 1983 Pierce, and unit number 308, a 1994 Freightliner. Staff recommends approval.
Commissioners, any questions for Mac?
Mr. Chairman, I move approval of the purchase of 2 international pumpers for my volunteer fire department, Sierra.
Second.
We got a motion by Commissioner Ezell and a second by Commissioner Bilberry to approve agenda item 7, which is the approval to purchase 2 international pumpers for Sierra Volunteer Fire Department. Any further questions or discussion? Seeing none, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed, same sign. Passes unanimously 4-0. Mac Rogers, I think this agenda item 8 is yours also. Once you got nice and comfortable.
Agenda item number 8. Staff requests approval to submit the EMS Fund Act application and service reports on behalf of the Berindo, Midway, and Sierra Volunteer Fire Departments. The service reports ensure compliance with state guidelines on EMS service for the EMS component of our fire departments. The Fund Act application provides funding for the EMS component. Typically, this is $7,000 for Midway, $5,000 for Berindo, and $5,000 for Sierra.
Mr. Chairman,
Commissioner Bilberry.
I recommend approval agenda number 8, requesting permission to submit the 2022 EMS Fund Act applications and service reports on behalf of the Berindo, Midway, and Sierra Volunteer Fire Department.
Second.
Got a motion by Commissioner Bilberry and a second by Commissioner Taylor to approve agenda item 8, requesting permission to submit the 2022 EMS Fund Act applications and service reports on behalf of the Berindo, Midway, and Sierra Volunteer Fire Departments. Any further questions or discussion? Seeing none, all those in favor say aye.
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 Any opposed, same sign. Passes unanimously 4-0.
I'm glad I wasn't the only one that had trouble reading that.
That 2022 is kind of jumps at you. Okay. Approval of checks.
Mr. Chairman, I approve, make a motion rather, to approve checks in the amount of $2,159,985.32.
Second.
Come on, Commissioner Zell. Commissioner Bilberry was giving you an opportunity.
He's got me on mute now.
I know.
No, I was channeling former Commissioner Corn, and so I don't move or second any the expenditure of that kind of money. Nope.
We have a motion by Commissioner Taylor and a second by Commissioner Bilberry to approve the approval of checks to the amount of $2,159,985.32. Any further questions or discussion? Seeing none, all those in favor say aye.
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 Any opposed, same sign. Passes unanimously, 4-0. Commissioner Zell, you had a hard time saying aye on that. Okay, approval of reports.
Mr. Chairman, I move approval of reports.
Second.
We have a motion by Commissioner Taylor and a second by Commissioner Zell for the approval of reports. Any questions or discussion on them? Seeing none, all those in favor say aye.
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 Any opposed, same sign. Passes 4-0 unanimously. Okay, unscheduled communications limited to 3 minutes per visitor, not to exceed 15 minutes. No formal action taken by the commission. Don't just sit there. Okay, come on. She's not going to come talk to us today.
I will, but I want to do the senator go first.
Oh, okay. Thank you.
Commissioners, all of you, those here and those that are departed, I was greatly upset when I realized that you all didn't pick up on Commissioner Zell. When Commissioner Zell came in here and he said that you all sounded like you were deep in wells. And we all know that Commissioner Zell is in Weller country. And, we know that. And I'm going to tell you, his mother was a very special person, and she certainly knew about Weller country. But he's there, and I'm really sorry, caller. She was a nice lady. But as far as the flood commission things are going, we're going along real well on our extension and improvements of the dam or the dike or levee, whatever you want to call it, that failed. I would just tell you that you have to you need to remember that does not protect us all the way. Somewhere along the line, I would hope in the near future we could get a resolution from the city and the county asking that we be allowed at the Corps of Engineers place a gate on the Crooked Creek Dam. I think that's still a necessity. That does not protect us all the way. There still is an area out there where if the water falls in the right place and we have significant rains in the right place, it can still cause problems. But that is something that needs to be done, and we need to get together with the city and get together and have a request from the Corps of Engineers to place a gate on that. That just because that gives us, we could store 100,000 acre feet of water out there, which would significantly and just not for any period of time other than to let us have orderly release of the water. So I would hope that we might look at that. And just tell you on a couple things, you bought a couple new pumpers and things, but you remember that in some of our more rural fire departments that are a lot smaller, pumpers are, as I recall, were good for 25 years at the most. And I know Penasco, Duncan, and Rio Felice all got pumpers within a year of each other. And so there's 3 of them that are all set, that are all 25 years old and need to be replaced. And so I know we have a schedule to go on that and how far they went. That was just one of the things that happened back years ago. But other than that, I would just tell you they're still as far as the flood commission goes on, everything's going along fine except with all the work in the time they've spent on fixing the levee. It's delayed us on some other projects, and there are other projects along the Pecos River and stuff that are going to still have to be fixed. So we're not over with our flooding that we had experienced last May, June, and July. So if you just put that in there, and I would tell you, I also appreciate the work that the county has been on working with us on getting more funds for the hangar and the improvements at the base on the east and the south side of the base, and also on Highway 380. Highway 380 is really something that really needs to be for. And look at the accident reports on that road. It's very, very dangerous. And a lot of the people don't go south anymore because the road's deterioration and everything to go to Houston or Austin or places like that, and so they go straight across 380, and in the summer, it's almost impossible to pass anybody or get from point A to point B with that. And if we can just get 380 done as well and have it 4-lane and not a 3-passing lane. And the reason I say that is because we're already really a tremendous capacity. A 4-lane makes more sense. If we can get it from Roswell to the state line, what happens then is that Texas, you would be going from Texas from 4-lane from New Mexico into Texas, and all they have to pay is from the state line to Brownfield, and would be 4-lane all the way through there. And you know, those guys in Texas couldn't tolerate us having 4-lane going 3-lane into Texas. You know, it just wouldn't work. So, you know, keep that up, and please keep that in mind when you talk with people in Santa Fe during the coming session and stuff, that we need that. We need both those projects. Okay, and that's it.
Senator, Commissioner, Flood Commissioner, Commissioners Calder, do you guys have any questions for Tim on the situation we have out southwest of town? I guess would be the area that put that in general.
Yeah.
Well, we owe a debt of gratitude to Dick Smith for years ago having come up with the plan for the diversion at the third diversion on the Hondo, which, if that hadn't been there, even though it partially failed, it still did a whole lot of good and saved an incredible amount of damage. It's working again right now because the river's been running at the ranch for, almost a month now, and you'll notice that not a drop of that water is getting to town. It's all recharging our aquifer.
Well, that's a good thing. Anything else? All right. Senator, Flood Commissioner, all the roles you play, you're greatly appreciated, so thank you. Well, come on down, Miss Rita.
You notice I'm wearing my Ruth Bader Ginsburg stuff today, so you know what what I'm going to say is. Rita Kane Dorhofer, very narrow, unstriped Mark Road. Thank you, Chief Charles, for what the sheriffs did on Tuesday morning. Thank you. I read the stuff. Every time that I get something from the county, I read it. On page 27, Bill is listed as the interim county manager. On page 8, Stan is listed as the county manager.
I bet we're going to fix that real quick.
Yeah, we will.
All righty. I don't know what we spent $26.95 at Alton's Power Gym. I don't know what we did on that. And Lewis Truck, they did some work for us. Well, they greased my bearings for me on my trailer. Okay, now, what I'm really up here for is to talk about the sheriff's vehicles. Do you know how many vehicles that the sheriff department has that have over 100,000 miles? Do you know how many vehicles have over 160,000 miles? Do you know how many vehicles have 230,916 miles on it? If we expect our sheriffs to track down these criminals that are in our county and helping the other counties, I think that maybe we need to get some of them newer vehicles that don't have the mileage on them, because I could probably outrun a couple of them in my 69 GTO. I'm sure that I could. So the next time that we are doing budget and we have some extra money, maybe we need to look at some of the sheriff's vehicles. I know why Mike isn't here, because he knew I was going to say something, because I chatted with him. And one other, I saw on the checks, the approval for the checks, we spent $10,000 for a settlement. I don't know what that's about, but we paid a different attorney. I may get those records, I may not, but all in all, I read every single line that comes to us. So I just thought that I would tell you that I'm watching. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Rita. Anybody else in the audience? Anybody else? All right. Bill Williams.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Just a few comments. First of all, how exciting that New Mexico Military Institute is here in Chaves County. Brought the first, it's my understanding, national championship for a collegiate team to the state of New Mexico, and it's all right here. Those guys are really amazing. Got the opportunity to read the proclamations that last night to the Corps cadets, because they obviously are on a campus and can't come out. So that was a great feeling, and thank you for allowing me that opportunity. We have a conference call coming up with U.S. Fish and or U.S. Forest Service on the 26th, talking about the wilderness areas that they are proposing within Chaves County without having talked to us previously. We also have a conference call with several other states who are concerned about the 30 by 30 on the 21st. Of course, we're going to the legislative section next week, and Washington is coming up next month. And I just want to thank all the Chaves County employees. We've got the greatest group of employees. Looking forward to this next year, the coming year. Everyone just continues to amaze me how good they are at their jobs and how easy they are to work with. That's all I have, Mr. Chairman. Thank you.
Thank you, Bill. Alfredo, I forgot totally about we didn't have anybody out there. Okay, good. Thank you. Commissioner Taylor, any comments as we start this new year?
Mr. Chairman, I'd just like to wish everybody a very successful and happy new year, that hopefully that 2022 is going to be a super good year and far better than the last couple years that we've had with all the COVID and the things that the problems is caused for our community and nationwide. And again, I want to thank Mike and Tim for all the great work that they're doing out at the Air Center on the funding from the state. I think it's the airport. The Air Center is a crown jewel for this community and for the southeastern part of this state. And I just can't say enough about it. I appreciate the funding that we've received and the efforts to attract additional funding, because I think the more we do out there, the more we'll develop in this county. Thank you.
Thank you, Commissioner Taylor. Commissioner Ezell?
Yes, Mr. Chairman. First of all, I'd like to thank the commission for the nice gesture with the moment of silence for my mother. Also want to thank everybody that has reached out to me and offered their condolences and warm thoughts. It's the time of year when the legislature is fixing to convene, and I know we are used to, at this time, have serious questions about the judgment exercised by our elected officials. The representative from District 58 left Santa Fe at 4 o'clock yesterday afternoon, drove 1,100 miles, and woke me up at 6 o'clock this morning knocking on the front door of my mother's house. I have made it clear to her that we expect her to use better judgment starting next Tuesday. And that's all I have, Mr. Chairman. Just my heartfelt thanks to everybody that's reached out, and as always, my thanks to everybody at the county that keeps us in such good shape.
Thank you, Commissioner. Commissioner Bilberry.
Just want to thank everybody, all the elected officials and all the people that work for the county, and all the hard work you do. Calder, our hearts and our prayers are with you and with Dara today, and our prayers are that God's hand will be on you and it'll all be speedily and expedited fast. We've got a lot of stuff coming up. I've had a couple of emails about the jumping mouse, and of course we've got the Lincoln County Forest Plan, House Bill 36, and I'm not sure what the bond, what the bill is, the number is on it. There's some things coming up everybody needs to kind of pay attention to that's really going to affect our state and the taxpayers and the citizens of Chaves County. The list goes on, seems like, but I'm proud to serve with a commission that's aware of these things and has the Chaves County at heart and wants to make sure that our private citizens and everything that we do with our private property rights and what we do is taken care of and upheld to the extent of the law. That's all I have. Thanks.
Thank you, Commissioner Bilberry. And Commissioner Zell, Jeff, I'll echo what Jeff had to say. You're in our thoughts and prayers. I know it's been a tough, let's just say 6 weeks with your aunt passing away and now your mom. So you're in our thoughts and prayers. And yes, I would agree with you that Representative Ezell needs to use some better judgment than driving all that way through the night and any weather that she incurred. But I know she's your partner in crime, and she's always going to be there for you. So anyway, just real quick, I'm honored to serve as the Chaves County Board of Commissioners Chair for another year. Jeff, I think we've done a good job, and I think that we'll finish up my term on some good things for Chaves County. There's a lot of work that we have out in front of us, and you alluded to some of them. I know that the governor is proposing to put out a $50 million bond that's going to go out to the voters to vote on, and it's going to be all about preservation and land purchasing and things of that. And a lot of these things that are coming at us are not going to be good for rural New Mexico. It's not going to be good for our ranchers and our farmers and all the entities that are doing things out in rural New Mexico. So we've got to really pay attention. We've got to make sure and educate the citizens on the things that are being proposed and things that are going on. And so I think that's our job as commissioners here in Chaves County, and not only for us, but we need to educate our fellow commissioners around the state. So the legislative conference that we have next week, to be honest with you, with the resurgence of the Omicron, COVID, whatever variant that's got an uptick and resurging, I'm not going to be surprised if we don't have a shutdown legislative session again, where we don't have the public there to talk to our legislators and give their opinions. It's probable that it's all going to be virtual again, which really doesn't work out so well, because you really need to be in those committee meetings in person, expressing your concerns about a lot of these decisions that our legislators are going to make that will affect all of the state of New Mexico, not just one part of it, but everywhere. So I hope that doesn't happen, but I'm just going to look at it and say, at this stage, it's a high probability that it will, unfortunately. So And that doesn't do us any good as far as the citizens and constituents and elected officials to not be able to be there to do that. So it's going to be, I think it's going to be another legislative session that's not going to be really good for the state of New Mexico, but it's going to be what it's going to be, and so we'll have to do the best we can to argue it and debate it and hope that some common sense prevails in Santa Fe. Great meetings over the last week, 2 weeks on trying to move forward with projects out at the Air Center. I think we're in a really good place, and hopefully come March, we're going to have more funds for the Air Center. And the governor, as Senator Jennings, we greatly appreciate the fact that she's already appropriated the monies for passing lanes to the state line on 380, which would make a difference. But now that we have the funds that we have coming from the federal government for infrastructure, for roads and things like that, now is the perfect time to go ahead and get the 4 lanes to the state line. And as Senator Jennings said, Texas will not let us do 4 lanes and them not do 4 lanes, especially when it's only about 50 miles from Brownfield. We have a lot of great resources and assets over in Texas that if we pull the trigger on that, they're going to come to the table and get it done also. So economically, it's great, but more so, as Senator Jennings said, the safety factor. Many of you drive that road, whether you're going to Lubbock or wherever it is, and it's dang dangerous. And you have people that are coming and going from Texas to Ruidoso, business type things, and there's a lot of times where people don't have the patience that they need to, and they put themselves in some really precarious and dangerous situations. And it not only will be great for Chaves County, but it'll be great for Lee County also if we can get that accomplished. So that's going to be a big push for us as we move forward in our conversations with the governor to get the funds for the Air Center and to get the 4 lanes to the state line. And I would say that I know that our legislators and most of our elected officials with the city of Roswell are all on board and unified on this, and we need to put politics to the side and not talk about Democrats and Republicans and everything else, but solve the problem, get the job done, and do great things for southeastern New Mexico with that. We have a great family here, and we step up whenever we have, situations that occur, and support and work with one another. Every department here at Chaves County, whether it's the treasurer's office, which I know Charlotte has left, but she's working hard to bring in those funds to help finance and support and run Chaves County, to the county clerk's office, finance department, and our sheriff's department. You guys are standout. And Miss Rita, we've been working over the years to try to replenish the vehicles and things like that. But Bill Williams, how many miles of roads do we have in Chaves County?
We have about 4,000 county maintained miles.
4,000 county maintained.
Yeah.
Okay. And our county is
6,000.
a little over 6,000 square miles. So and our guys do a great job. And so hopefully we're doing a good job of maintaining those that have 100,000, 160,000. Maybe we'll have to start buying Toyotas because they last a lot longer. No, I'm just kidding about that. But we do a good job maintaining them, and we don't defer maintenance. Then we should make them last. But when they come to that point in time where it's not worth the maintenance that we're putting on them, then we need to make sure that we look at replacement of them. So with that, Happy New Year. Thank you again for electing me as the chair for another year, and we'll look forward to great things here in 2022. God bless all of you. God bless Chaves County, and God bless America. With that, we will adjourn to go sign documents, gentlemen. Thank you again. Oh, and everybody, please keep Dara in our prayers as she moves forward. It's never easy losing a parent, let alone a loved one, but it's always difficult. So keep everybody, keep her and Calder in your prayers. Thank you.
Thank you, Calder.
Thanks.